All right, so what have you got for us?
Did he do it?
#1 on Amazon right now. The book is called Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side by Jamal T. Millwood for Kimberly A. Porter. It's #1 on Amazon. We are selling thousands of copies a day, and we're #1 overall right now. We were actually #1 on the West Coast.
Yeah.
We're now #1 overall.
Right.
So we've sold more than Hillary Clinton, Nicholas Sparks, all the books. Right now in September, they put a 90-day hold on our stuff because they're wondering what's going on. Now, some people get that anyway because people return stuff. So, Amazon's mitigating some risk.
Sure.
But on my other books, I was paid right away. So
Yeah.
this is new to me of like, this is serious, right?
Yeah.
So we expect we're going to double or triple our sales in a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're already #1 right now.
And that book is based off of the final diary entries of Kim Porter?
Kim Porter's memoir that was supposedly, we'll say, because everyone's going to shred us on all this. Let's just say supposedly I was given Kim Porter's flash drive. And on that flash drive were tapes of famous people with Diddy.
Yeah.
Like who?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
And
I want to get to the dirt.
this is kind of hypothetical for the tape part, and then her memoir was on there also, 60 pages,
Yep.
Unpublished?
unpublished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of fear, they held it for 5 years because Kim was most likely killed.
Yeah. Wow. She died of pneumonia.
Lobar pneumonia and was coughing up
That
blood.
was the reason given? I always thought it was cancer.
No, pneumonia.
No.
Which you can inject somebody with something.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
Yeah.
Well, and she's like coughing up blood and stuff. Like this isn't like your normal pneumonia.
Yeah.
And supposedly there are toxins in her system in the first autopsy. The guy died. Ed Winter died a year later. I'm not saying he was killed. I'm just saying he died. But a lot of the people are saying that the first autopsy showed toxins in her blood. Okay. I don't know everything. I don't even have the original autopsy. I'm not worried about that right now. But also Jamie Foxx, they think, was poisoned when he went into the coma.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about that too much.
Well, why do you think he doesn't talk that much about it?
Yeah, because he wants to live.
And Albie Shore went into a coma. And who is Albie Shore married to? Kim Porter. They have a child named Quincy. Albie Shore was in the hospital for over 30 days, had massive organ failure. You don't get massive organ failure out of the blue.
And what about Jeremy Renner with the snowplow?
So anyway, there were two sources that came to me close to Diddy and Kim.
Got it.
They had the flash drive. They wanted to release it eventually at some point. They didn't know how because they don't want to come forward. So basically, when I do a whistleblow on something, or if I even do an informing situation, a lot of times if those whistleblowers are disgruntled employees or killers, accomplices, ratting on somebody, they don't want to say it. They want you to say it.
Right.
Because they don't want the smoke. So these two sources, they don't want anything to do with that book.
Yeah, there's a lot to lose.
So if you look at, well, if Jamie Foxx was poisoned and Albie Shore was poisoned and they think other people died around Diddy, right? You know, all those Heavy D and all the stuff about all those people.
Yeah, Uptown Records.
And
Biggie.
Peter Stewart and Biggie. And they do all this. They say all this. So there's a fear there, right? For one of the sources. And that's where it came from. And my understanding was they knew, I kind of had a little luck how I met them. So kind of came to me in a weird way. And then when they realized kind of who I was, they're like, you're the guy. Like, you're the guy to do it. And I have carte blanche. And I made executive decisions. I actually redacted some people out of the book. They didn't want me to, but I did. Because I didn't want the smoke from who I was about to name in there. Okay.
Wow.
So there's huge names in there. It's really crazy book. I was interviewed by a famous magazine this morning. I don't know if they're going to run it. I went on the record, talked about it. The first thing I want to say is Jamal T. Millwood. I didn't make up the name and use Tyrone. I didn't do some stereotypical African-American name. I didn't do that. They asked me to do that in tribute of Tupac Shakur. That was the name, his code name that they would use to describe him as he's still alive, or if he's going to the hotel, he's got a fake name. There were these different ways in which they said Jamal. I put the T there for Tupac. So that's what that means. And if there's another Jamal Millwood somewhere, let's at least put an initial there. Right. And I hope I guess one of 26 chances it's not a Jamal T. Millwood. So that's what that is. The reason it says for Kim Porter is because I'm not going to say by Kim Porter for legal reasons, because I'm not saying she wrote it. What I'm saying is, as an investigator, I don't see any red flags. I believe it's hers. So I did it for her as a dying wish. That if you read the book, that's what it says. I have to come forward. Sean Combs has to be stopped.